Okay. Welcome. So this is the second edition of the Search for Adventure Zoektocht, naar, Avontuur Podcast. Today we're doing it in English because my guest is Simon Widler. So don't be afraid. I didn't just switch to English for no reason.
Nope, it's me.
Dutch people, beware. This is Simon. So Simon, could you tell us a bit about yourself? What is your past? Because there's a few interesting topics that I want to cover with you today. But maybe it would be good for you to tell us a bit about yourself first.
Of course. I'll keep things reasonably short. Grew up in Germany, very happy family life, playing team sports, followed my parents' advice to get a good job. So I went to university, studied computer science, did a bachelor, did a master in computer science, worked in IT for many years. And at the age of 25, I decided that's not really where I want to be. So I made the decision that I should quit the tech world, went into health and fitness coaching, became a CrossFit coach at the age of 27, 28. And then, so the last 10 years I've been in the fitness world, explored different things, tried different ideas from personal training, nutrition coaching, all sorts of things. And now I consider myself to be a entrepreneur in the health and fitness space. We're working mostly with nutrition nowadays. That's how we met, right?
We love entrepreneurs and health and fitness too.
Exactly. It's a good place to be. It's a fun world to be in. And yeah, that's like in a really nutshell my professional being. The last 12 years I've been doing CrossFit. At the moment, really obsessed with running. But so that's the sporty side of thing. I'm married. I don't have any children. We have 3 cats. And that kind of sums up like the personal life, the professional life, in a nutshell.
Okay.
In a nutshell.
There's a lot of hooks that I could go into, but there's 4 topics that I really want to get into today, which I think is most reasonable for my viewers, or like not even my viewers, just a person watching this right now. So the first thing that I wanted to get into, because yesterday something magical happened, which is my Instagram fucking exploded. There were like tons of people that just love shitting on people, or there are tons of people that love shitting on you. But just to the topic, because it's not about me today. What is your experience with social media, Simon? And like maybe someone watching this wants to start doing social media. What's your experience with that?
I am torn on social media because on the one hand it is a really powerful tool and you can reach a lot of people. You can reach strangers, people that you would never meet in real life because it's global and online, right? So it is a very powerful and positive tool, and I've used it a lot for personal reasons and business reasons. But I prefer not to, because I prefer one-to-one real-life conversations, hanging out with people, training with people. So I'm trying to limit my own social media time for personal health and mental health reasons, because the social media world is full of pretentious people. It's full of hooks and sales and advertising, and the algorithms are not particularly doing us a favor with the information they feed us. So I'm very torn on it, but it is a very powerful tool. There's a lot of people doing good work with social media. I try to just be authentic when I do stuff, and I know that the people that I know from real life also follow me on Instagram, and then it's just a way to stay connected. That's really the way I look at it. A very careful way of using it.
So, what you're saying is that I think that's with everything in this world, but that like social media has two sides of the coin.
Yes.
So you can use it for good. Like I see it as like a fire. Like a fire is used to warm people up, to bring connection, stuff like that. And but it can also destroy tons of things. So how does the person watching this use social media to their benefit, and just not use it to destroy themselves and maybe the world as well?
I think number one thing is just be mindful. Just know what you're using it for, why you're using it, how much you're using it, And I think the number one thing is be a creator, not a consumer. In this world, if you want to be successful, you're better off being a creator than a consumer. It's very easy to consume. You sit down and you scroll. It's very hard to create. It's very hard to express. But if you're using social media, you should be creating and experiment, try different things, be mindful, and just be aware that you're putting things out into the world and you have no control over what comes back. And if you can make peace with that, you can do really good things, I believe. Just mindfulness and be a creator. That's probably my biggest learning from using it myself.
And why should people be a creator? What does being a creator bring for the people and maybe the world as well?
One thing I think is just knowing how to express yourself, what you want to express. Being able to express your own ideas is one of those life skills. If you want to connect with people, you need to be able to express the way you look at the world. And social media forces you to do it in a concise way, to do it in an engaging way. So simply having the skill of taking an idea, creating the script, creating the content, making it look good, be engaging, it's just a skill that you will take into whatever it is, and you can practice your public speaking, connect with people. So to me, it's just one of those skills that as a human you should have in order to be successful. If you can't express yourself, why would anybody want to listen to you? Right?
It's funny. I talked about this in the first podcast too, but 2 Sundays ago, a guy, he's really into numerology, and he asked me what my birth date was, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, why do you want to know? I was not into astrology. I'm not into astrology and stuff at all, but I do think there may be some truth in it. And he told me that I'm like life path 1, which is like the path of a masculine man, of a go-getter, of a communicator. Like, for example, Andrew Tate is a 1 as well.
Okay.
And my business coach is a 1 as well. And well, what you're saying, social media is a really powerful tool to learn how to communicate. And for myself, I noticed that since I started personal branding, since I started using social media, I have been able to express myself far better, and my video quality has been massively improved. So why is communicating and being able to express yourself, why is that so important?
Really how philosophical you want to go with it. If you're familiar with Adler's philosophy, he says that all problems are interpersonal problems. If there would be no other human in the world, you would literally have no problems. Every single problem is an interpersonal problem. It's two people struggling to find common ground. So whatever you do in life, if it's personal relationship, your health, if it's your business, if it's whatever it is, there will be other people involved. And if you don't know how to communicate with other people effectively, you will never get the better end of the deal. You will be misunderstood, you will not dare to speak up, you will not have the courage to connect and try and share. So communication is the number one skill, and it can be developed. Speaking clearly is a skill that can be developed, and I think it's really the most important one, because if you can't communicate, nothing that you do matters.
It's true. You can be the most wonderful person out there, but
and nobody knows.
Yeah, but it's the same for stress management, right? If you're like for me, like I've done a few like military type stuff. I've done a few military type things in my life, and when I did them, I was a really stressed person. I wasn't really able to express myself, and I'm noticing right now that like just apart from my ego that I'm a person like what I said that has really good ideas and is able to communicate them. And I noticed that under pressure and when there's consequences involved to things, I wasn't able to express that clearly. So you can be like a writer sitting in a comfortable chair in a comfortable environment and writing your ideas down on paper, but like the thing is like, what do you do when the pressure gets high? Can you still express yourself and still be authentic when things are going south or stuff like that. So maybe where I'm going with this is like how, because this is a really essential skill to communicating as well. How do people make sure that they are able to express themselves, but are also able to convey what they're saying, because they can remain calm under high pressure moments, so that they can actually express the good ideas that are inside them.
It's a muscle that you train, just like any other skill. It's a muscle that you have to train, and the first 100 times it will go wrong. The first 100 times you do anything, it will probably go wrong. And if you're patient enough to practice and keep doing it, it will get better. And stress response is something that can be trained out of you, right? You know, the military world.
Yeah.
Those people have to perform perfectly in high stress, high stakes situations. Those people are experts at this, but they also spend 7 days a week practicing.
Yeah.
What they do is rehearse, and if it goes wrong, fix it. It's a very, how do you say it? It's a very precise step-by-step thing to get there, and once you've done it often enough, it just becomes automatic. 4 levels of conscious skills. You have to do conscious skill development until it becomes unconscious and you don't even think about it anymore. And I think when we're talking about that, it's the skill, but it's also simply the belief in what you're actually talking about.
Yeah,
I could not go and communicate effectively over a topic that I have no idea about.
Yeah.
You need to be a content you need to be a subject expert. You need to know what you're talking about, and combine that with the skill of how do I express this. And if you do that with passion, you have a really nice recipe for effective communication.
Yeah, and then adding to that also, you need to have the self-confidence to actually, that goes with knowing what you're saying, that you have the self-confidence to actually, know and believe that you can make an impact, which is I think most of the work. Interesting. So since we're on the topic of communicating anyway, I don't know if you want the viewers to know this, but you're an expert in networking and stuff like that. So maybe for the person watching this, maybe they're sitting at home and they're looking for I want to do something with my life. I'm sitting at home too much, scrolling on social media. I want to go out and make some friends, and for myself also with my business. How do you meet new people and find a creative way to connect with people?
Yeah. It's what you said. Go out. Nothing good happens when you're sitting at home.
Yeah.
You have to go out.
True.
Now, where to go, that's completely up to you. I would always say follow your passion. I love working out, so I will always combine working out with meeting new people, right? For other people, it might be knitting. For other people, it might be, I don't know what, right? But pick a passion, because you will be excited to go out, you'll be excited to meet new people. And one of the things that has helped me a lot is realizing that everybody has an interesting story. And when you realize that the guy over there walking probably has a really interesting life story, and if I can go and find out what it is, I'm making myself a little bit smarter, I'm meeting new people, I'm winning. But it's a long journey, I think, to get there. But the one thing is, you need to create opportunity to actually meet new people. And social media can be one of those, right?
Yeah,
you can find people in Facebook groups, follow other pages, connect with people there. But you're not going to make friends on social media. You're going to make friends when you sit down with them, take them for coffee, go for a workout, whatever it is that you want to do. And then work on your friend-making skills. And there's really good books on this, right? How to Win Friends is a really, really good book to read. It teaches you how to ask questions, how to listen, how to be attentive, how to avoid conflict, and simply use those things. And again, practice, and then change your environment frequently enough. The amount of people that go to the same work, the same sports club, and having the same family conversations month after month after month, and they never expose themselves to new impacts, new ideas, new environments, how can you expect yourself to grow if you do the exact same shit every single day after day after day? You need to go out and meet new people, and that can be scary, etc., but it's the number one way to grow.
Yeah, it's true. You can read all the books about how to be successful, but unless you, actually go out and build a business and have the agency to, because ChatGPT can think of ideas, you can think of ideas, I can think of ideas, but actually, going out into the world and from like a good place, putting it out there, it's a really different story. I'm going to grab my notebook real quick.
Go for it. You can also check the video if we're still running. We're still running.
We're still filming. Perfect. Okay. So we talked about one of the core topics that I wanted to talk about today. So that's perfect.
Which might be the most important one, because if you can connect with people and have a good conversation, everything else can come out of it.
True.
Meet the right people. Like, your network is your net worth, which is one of those really silly quotes. But if you know the right people, you're winning.
Yeah.
Like, if you can be the guy who sees a problem and goes like, let me call someone. Because you know the right people, you're winning.
Yeah.
Right?
True,
and it's about collaboration, knowing the right people. But that only happens when you go out and you do something and you create and you contribute. Like those words, creation, contribution, collaboration. That to me is where life happens.
Yeah. It's I don't know what it is, but just meeting up with exciting new people and just, it's where magic happens. Just you feel so good, and you get exciting stuff. And also just for my business, like if I didn't have like tons of people that I could call, I never would have gotten any clients. Never would have gotten any clients. And there's just something about calling someone up and telling them, man, I need help.
But it goes both ways, because if somebody asks me for help, I will always help.
Yeah.
Because I know that whatever I put out,
you get back.
I get back, and that's not like, like a this for that and you owe me a favor kind of thing. But I know if I'm a helpful person, and if somebody needs a ride, I will give them a ride. I will also feel comfortable asking for help. Because otherwise, the universe keeps track. Your karma knows if you're actually a consumer or if you're a giver, right?
True.
And if you're a giver, the world is going to be your playground.
Perfect. Okay. So just this is a topic that I've been really busy with, and I think it's one of the reasons that I'm successful, and that's going from my head to my heart, and finding out that you can work as hard as you can in your life, but if you're not working from your heart, nothing really moves. So you met some amazing people on this topic. Just tell me about your journey, Simon, because you were a scientist, which is someone who reads a lot of stuff about tons of stuff, and how did you go from your head to your heart? Because like for a young man watching this, he's thinking like, oh man, emotions, they're gay, man. I just need to work hard and stuff like that. So why is it important for men especially to feel their emotions and find out what moves them?
Yeah. Because I do believe that that's where life happens. So if you take a step back, okay, the reason that so many people are stuck in their head is because our head solves a certain amount of problems. Your head will solve your income problems. If you can become a specialist, and that's what I did, right? If you go to university, you become a specialist. You get trained on one specific topic, and that's all here. And you solve one specific problem and you get paid for that. So initially, that's not a bad thing. You need to develop that skill so that you can actually contribute to get paid. Because we all need to pay our rent, unless you want to be a monk, right? Then go and be a monk. But you need to have a certain amount of brain capacity and get trained, so you have the skill that somebody pays you for it. But that's purely like the first level of human needs, is like, I need food and I need shelter. But if I want to go above that, if I want to actually live, there needs to be something else in there. Yeah. And that is passion. It's love, it's passion, it's contribution, it's feeling of belonging, it's all of those things. Self-fulfillment doesn't happen here. Fulfillment happens here. So you can be incredibly successful and, like, again, have a well-paying job, and you might even get married and have children, right? But you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be fulfilled. And if you really just want to be happy, and actually back in the day, gay was another word for happy. Did you know that?
Well,
Like,
I have
50
read.
years ago.
I am reading I have read Lord of the Rings, and there's like words like gay and
Correct.
like it's a bit weird, or the meaning is it's a bit weird, or
The meaning has changed over time, but back in the days, it just meant happy. It just meant somebody who's full of life. And like, if you just want to be that analytical guy who always looks grim and is like, no, we have to do this and this and this, right? Go for it. But then, like, you're never going to be laughing. You're never going to be like full of joy.
yeah.
And I think that's fine, especially when you're young, that you say, you know, joy is not my number one priority because I need to pay my rent.
Yeah.
I need to become independent. I need to be standing on my own 2 feet. And for that usually happens up here. Again, you develop the skill, you get a job, etc. But when you fix that, you need to make sure, especially as a man, that you move on to the next stage, and that is happiness. Like, that is such a big thing, because I've been switching jobs frequently because I never felt happiness, I never felt fulfillment, and I didn't know what I was missing. And indeed, what I was missing was, there's a couple of things, and like contribution is one thing, but freedom is another one, autonomy. And autonomy only happens when you create something for yourself. And that will never happen from here. It will happen from passion. It will happen from this drive, the vision that you have. And that has to come from the heart. Otherwise, you will never be happy. You will never be satisfied. And you're just going to be stressing about God knows what. And I think the sooner you can work this out, the better.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but I don't know if I agree with the part of being that you have to be in your head to be successful, because I noticed that when I was doing stuff from like my head, and I was like, oh, I need stuff, and clinging to stuff, and like it doesn't come to you, but when you're enthusiastic about stuff and you show people like, man, you gotta come on this hike, 13 to 19 July, come be there. and like, people are like, bro, what, like, because you know that if they go on the hike, they will be better, they will be happier, they will be more fulfilled. And from that point, people are like, man, I need this for, like, why is he so enthusiastic? Why, like, so how do you view that?
What you described, like this clinging and this frustration, that is the heart. That's not the head. That is the heart. But it's a closed heart. It's a hard heart, like one that isn't willing to open up and be connected and be vulnerable, right? For me, the head is purely like this hyper-rational way of solving everything with logic and processes and systems, etc., instead of going into the feeling. But there's two big emotions, fear and desire. And if you're driven by fear, you will always lose. You will always close. You will always clinch onto something. And a lot of people are driven by fear. Again, until you have independence and safety and you have food and shelter, etc., fear drives you. But that switch, being driven by fear to being driven by desire and joy and belonging, that's a huge step. And like, if you're somebody who's driven by fear, and you meet someone who's driven by joy, you will go like, what's wrong with you? Right? It's like, you just don't understand it.
Yeah, because you're like, they're radiating a part which you don't accept in yourself.
Correct.
So you're like, oh, fucking hippie, man. Why are you... Like,
why are you so happy?
I can remember a moment, and I'm doing a bushcraft course right now, which is like every month a weekend. I was sitting around, like, oh man, there's so many moments which I could list, but there was one moment where I was like sitting around the campfire, and I saw people hugging each other and stuff, and I was like, why the fuck can't I experience love? Why are people not coming to me when it's like, I hated I didn't give it myself, or I wasn't ready to give myself love, which was the reason why it wasn't happening, because I could have just I could have just gone up to someone, man, I really need a hug. Can we just do a hug right now? Like, and you have love because it's already there. You don't have to seek it. It's not like, oh man, I need to make $1 million. I need to have a six-pack before. Like, everything that you're pursuing is already there. And I think when you can, accept that, like, you don't really, like, you can do stuff in life, but it's just because you want to, and that there's like not necessarily a need to do something, then, like, especially for like ambitious people, like, I think so much more gets done if you just accept, or you love yourself, and you radiate that out into the world, and just from like a sense of passion and a sense of peace and a sense of like love, like, this is my purpose, I want to help people, I want to, everything just goes smoothly, just because
And it's not a switch, right? Like, we all carry our demons, our fears, and our programming that we have from the way we were brought up, what our family has told us, our friends, our traumas. We all carry that stuff. So it's not like you just listen to a podcast, it's like, okay, from tomorrow I will be open. It doesn't happen like this, right? It's a very long process of moving yourself out of this being fear-driven to being joy-driven. It doesn't happen overnight, but within a year, you can probably change the way your brain works, right? There's a lot about like subconscious programming and things like
that. Yeah, Joe Dispenza breaking that. It's purely
There's so much good resource. There's so much good knowledge around this stuff, and some of it is like thousands of years old, some of it is like 100 years old, some of it is like from yesterday, but the knowledge is there. And again, if you go out and seek it, and you read it, and you try to understand it, and you allow it to actually land where you need it to land, anybody can make that transformation. And for some people it will take longer, for some people it will be quicker. But figuring this out, there's so many great mentors, teachers that talk about this stuff. And even if you're not open to it, you just put yourself in that world and you try, and you surround yourself with other people that can help you along this journey.
I think just surrounding yourself with the right people is like, maybe it's the most important thing.
It's everything.
It's just, okay, I'm quickly going to check the camera. So I think
Let's see if the videos are still running.
It's still running.
Perfect.
So I think this is a really important conversation that a lot of people need to have with themselves, because, like, for me, the thing which was holding me back from this is like, I was afraid, and still sometimes those demons creep up. It's just like, I was afraid that, like, the word afraid, like, immediately, it's not a right mindset, but like, I was afraid that I was going to lose my ambition because I was just in a state of, or if I did accept like the listening to my heart stuff, I would be in a state of like allowance, and just like, if I miss a day off training, I won't punish myself from it for it and stuff like that. So, like, Chris Williamson talks about this a lot too, because if you do listen to your heart, like, in a way, less gets done, but like,
in a day less gets done, maybe in a week less gets done. Over a lifetime, a lot more gets done, because you create balance, you prevent things like burnout and frustration and rage quitting, and like, simply because your body is like so running on stress. If you're running purely on mindset and stress and discipline, sooner or later you will break. And you will, like, you see this everywhere. And what's the point? With coaching, I've seen so many people that retire at the age of 50, 55, because they have a lot of money, but they're physically and emotionally completely broken. There's like, it's just so hard on the mind. So just for me, I don't care if the business grows 10% this month or next month or in a year. I know that if I'm moving forward and I'm meeting the right people, I'm enjoying the process, business will grow, right? Now, is there a way to do it quicker? Yes, by force. And for some people, force is sometimes necessary to get things done. And I'm not saying you should be a hippie and just like, it will all work out. You still have to work, but the work should come with pleasure.
Yeah.
And I think long term, it's the better way to go. And at the end of the day, like they always say, we came into this world with nothing, and we will leave this world with nothing.
Yeah.
So what's the point of accumulating so much stuff if you're suffering every day in the process of doing it? Just make sure you build something that's sustainable. Make sure you build something that will not rely on you to work hard every single day. So actually go into the business, create something for yourself. Don't be a sheep and just have a job where they replace you tomorrow because you're a follower, right? Be proactive, take the risk, go out there, create something with passion and joy, and you will be some of the richest and fulfilled people. But it's a process, it's a journey. It's not you go and you do it. Took me many years.
It's just so amazing to realize that you don't like that being rich or being fulfilled, having a nice relationship, that it doesn't come at a cost. Like you can have it all.
You can have it all.
It's so amazing. And so I was like 2 weeks ago, like someone from my bushcraft course, he was like, yo, you can't just build a business, you need to work also, so I'm giving you work. And halfway around the day, he thought I was like a super handy guy who had tons of experience. I wasn't. So I negotiated a high hourly rate, and he was like, he slept for 3 hours. So anyway, the entire day I was just like unhappy. I was like, what the fuck am I doing, man? It felt for me like I was losing my ambition, and but it's not really about that. In the afternoon, because I was cleaning metal in his garden, and in the afternoon we went to like the metal place where you give metal, you get money. Yeah. And so like a scrap yard, something like this, and I overheard him talk with like a guy, and it was like a fat builder guy, and he was like, oh, so you've been with this company for ages? He said, the builder guy said, no, so I was out of it for 2 years, but I worked really fucking hard in those 2 years to compensate for it. And I realized, like, at that moment that you can work hard in your entire life, but like everyone can work hard. Like it's not hard. Like everyone can work hard, everyone can persist, and but like working from the heart is like the hard thing, because you're leaving your job, and like in a way it's moving towards happiness, so it's easier, so your mind can't comprehend it, because like, oh no, this is the suffering, so this, and everyone tells me I need to work hard for success, so I need to stay here, when it's like, no, you fucking don't. Just leave it and just go there where like you can actually contribute and live a life. I was at a podcast Friday, which also correlates to this. I have just tons of ideas about this in my head, but this guy, he said like, entrepreneurs, stop persisting, stop working hard. Like being resilient, being a good human is just so different from being able to work hard and being able to persist, because you can persist with like demons and emotions, and like I did for a really long time. Like I didn't have a fucking, like, not to tell a stop story, but I didn't have a fucking childhood, because I was just, anyway, so it was just the most amazing insight for me was just like, I can, the only way to, or the best way to riches is actually to be happy, to work from my heart, to contribute. And if you show people, like if you join my business, like you will be so much more happy and fulfilled. Like people will join, and the money is just a side effect, right?
Yes. But you need the right tool, right? So if I say I want to work from the heart and I want to contribute, I will go into an animal shelter and take care of animals all day, right? That is very fulfilling, but it is the right thing to do, and we can contribute that way, right? but it's not a way to build a safe, secure financial future for yourself. And as entrepreneurs, that is part of what we do. You can be working just for charity and rely on the government to give you money, but then you're not independent. So if you want freedom and fulfillment, you need to work from the heart, but with a tool, with a vehicle. In entrepreneurship, you call it a vehicle. With a vehicle that actually allows you to grow into that. And there's just many vehicles that don't allow for that, like a job. And then there's many vehicles that do allow for that, like network marketing, like any other affiliate model, things that you can actually own if you're passionate about it. So I think the whole working with passion, working from the heart, yes, but you have to work on the right thing.
Exactly.
And you need your head for that. If you're just blindly doing something because it feels good, you might get lucky, right? But listen to your head and really have a look at, is this actually future-proof? Is this the right thing to do, etc. So you can't be naive. You can't, like, you have to use your brain to figure out, is this actually like going to work? And then there's a certain level of belief you need to make sure when things don't go well, you stick with it. Because hard times come for every entrepreneur. Like, no matter how happy you are about the thing that you do, hard times will come. Shit will go wrong. Like, economies will crash, people will collapse. Like, there's so many things that can go wrong. And then you just need to have that passion behind it. But I think it's really, you need both. And there's too many people that are head heavy, there's too many people that are just of the heart. You need to have both. And as a man, you also need to have fucking balls. Like, you need your head, your heart, and your balls to actually go and be successful. Like, if you can't pull that off, you'll be a follower, or you'll be working for nothing. Like, it's just, like, it won't
working
happen.
for scraps so you can just survive and not be happy and think you need to do that because that's what you've been told. And
so I think the biggest thing is just don't be a follower. Be a creator and at the same time be a student. There's so many successful people that have talked about this, who've done successful things. Be a student, study their success. If you meet a happy person, find out why are they happy. If you meet a successful person, why are you successful? But be very selective about what you consider successful. Somebody having a lot of money to me is not success. Somebody being happy and having a lot of money, that is success. So, you pick the right people, you become a student with your head, and then you translate that and you just combine it with a lot of passion. And you'll be working happily and creating happily for the next decades.
It's so funny too, because like if you want to be happy and successful, like what you said, you can like what I did when I wasn't yet at the place that I wanted to be. I'm closer to that right now, but I saw people in like my gym, and I would just approach them like, bro, you just have this energy, man. What are you doing? Like, what's your secret? Like, it's how I met my business coach. It's how I met some of my best friends. Like, actually having the balls to just, like, girls also, like, just to talk, walk up to someone. Like, it's in a gym, so people are encouraging anyway. So who fucking cares, right? If you just have the balls, just have the courage to just walk up to someone who looks interesting, who is successful, who is happy. You will, if you're coachable, people just will give it to you, man. It's just like, that's the maybe the best thing that I can give is just walk up to someone who's successful, who's happy, who has an interesting aura, and just ask them, man, what do you do? Like, because your energy will translate into them. And,
ask and you shall receive.
True, yeah. It's literally that simple.
It's that simple, but you need to know what to ask, how to ask, and you need to have the balls to ask. So ask and you shall receive is a very simple thing, but if you ask the wrong question to the wrong person, the wrong way, you will never receive anything useful, right? So that's what I mean with, you need to develop the skills. Like, how do I ask the right question? What is the right question? And then who do I ask it to, and what do I do with the answer? But that's all head stuff, and you need to work that out. Like, you need your brain and you need the skill, and then you need the courage to use it. And if you can combine those two things, like courage and passion, By the way, like Adler has, or there's a book called The Courage to be Disliked. And that's all about like interpersonal communication and the fact that all problems are interpersonal problems. And if you have the courage to go out and ask certain questions, if you have the courage to be truthful to what you believe in, why you believe in it, etc., the right people, you will ask the same question to 10 people and 3 of them are going to go like, wow, I love that question. Let me help you.
Right? Yeah, true. Yeah, I can name so many stories of when I just approach random people. So just like, I can so much of my success when like I'm only at 18 years old is just from approaching the right people, just having the courage to do that. Interesting. So I want to relate this to your CrossFit coaching career as well, because maybe there's an athlete watching this and he's like, okay, so yeah, I need to work from my heart and stuff, but like, how do you apply this balance to CrossFit or to sports? Because in myself, I have noticed that it's really easy to overtrain and to do too much. Like, how do you? Dennis talks about this. Dennis Koch talks about this a lot recently too. To just like, how do you listen to your body, and how do you know when it's the right time to train and when it's the right time to not train? Like, what would be your answer to that?
The first answer would be, don't listen to your body, listen to a coach. Because there's people that have, like, you have one body and yes, it's yours and you know how it feels, but there's coaches that have coached hundreds of people. And they see the science much more objectively than you do. And you will tell yourself stories like, yeah, I should be training because, you know, like I rested yesterday, or you will say, I don't feel like training today, so I'm not going to go. We will tell ourselves all of those stories, versus a good coach will actually just be objective about the whole thing. So get a coach. Like, there's not a single athlete, like, I mean, real athletes, not recreational, but I mean, real athletes that don't have a coach.
Yeah,
everyone has every successful business person has mentors and coaches, because your own experience is the experience of one. But a good coach will have the experience of 100 athletes that they're coaching, or 1,000 athletes, right? So especially in the beginning, when you don't know your body, have someone else help you with it. And that it's the same for, like, when I wanted to become a CrossFit coach, I had this idea of what a CrossFit coach should be. But then I just got myself like a mentor who helped me how to become a coach. Fantastic. They teach you. You save yourself so much trouble if you listen to someone. And then over time, you will actually gain experience, and you will start listening to your body a little bit more. And you will find out that some things are stories you tell yourself. Like, oh, I'm too sore, I trained too hard yesterday, and then you go in and you actually feel good. And sometimes you're like, no, actually, like my nervous system right now tells me I really shouldn't go. So those are all things that you learn purely through experience, but you can save yourself a lot of trouble if you just have a coach, or at least follow a program. At least know that the training that you're doing has been written by a professional, and you're not just doing random shit you see on Instagram because you saw it on YouTube and it looks like a cool thing and you go for it, you break yourself. Again, be a student. Have people teach you, use other people's experience, and out of that you can develop your own way of going for it.
It's the first step of the hero's journey, the call to adventure from a mentor.
It's
age-old wisdom.
Age-old wisdom, right?
Interesting. And what if the person watching this doesn't have the money? Like, do they work an extra day to be able to afford a coach, or are there things that you can do at home to maybe develop the skill without a coach?
Well, the first question is, do you really not have the money, or do you just not make it a priority? Like, a good online coach might only set you back 50, 100 euro per month, right? That's going out for drinks once. So really have a look at, is this a priority? Do I want to be serious about the thing? And then you will create the money, you will find the money, right? Some people are truly just broke. And then you use a free program, you buy a book, you read an ebook, you start watching YouTube videos. There's plenty of free teachers around. You have to do more work yourself, and it will take you longer. Like, getting a mentor is always a shortcut. It's like you're paying for it with money, not with time. You can go and read all the books. It will take you, 6 months, or you can just pay someone to tell you what to do. So it's always a shortcut. If you can solve it with paying someone, go and solve it with paying someone. It will make you move forward quicker. If you can't, YouTube is full of good information. Pick 1-2 people that you follow and then just follow their guidance,
because
their
everyone
advice.
says something differently.
Exactly, and do it for 6 months and then you know if it's working or not. A good program will never promise you results within 6 weeks. A good program will tell you, okay, we're going to get easy into this because it's about long-term success, right? Quick results, especially in sports, quick results don't exist. In sports, things take time. The body takes time to adjust. Muscles, ligaments, bones, they need time to adjust. You have to be very patient, and that is okay. And a good coach will actually usually slow you down and not ask you to speed up, because they know it's more important that next week you can train again. Rather than having the best workout today.
Okay.
It's always about the next workout.
I always see people like in YouTube comments or from like online courses or one-on-one coaching. They're always like, oh, you can find this information online. Like, duh. Like
everything is online if you know where to look.
But like the one-on-one mentoring, like that's irreplaceable. You can find that, and you can find that anywhere. Oh, interesting.
I've tried to fix a million things myself, and then you once go to a coach, a physiotherapist, whatever, and within 3 minutes they pinpoint things you've never thought about. Because they just have 20 years of experience. Use their experience.
Oh, funny. Having people review your blind spot is it's unpayable. I think that I kind of covered everything that I wanted to talk about you with. What's maybe is there something that you would like to maybe cover, Simon? What is there something that you think is like maybe crucial for success, or for a young guy watching this? What would be life advice? Like if maybe he's lost, he doesn't know what to do with his life. Like what would be the one thing that you can say to him from like what you've learned personally, to set him up for success in life, and to eventually just be happy and bring something to this world and leave it better than before?
Like, there's so many things. There's so many things, right? The number one thing that I would say is be a good reader. Like, I refused to read because reading is stupid and I don't like reading. When I came out of university, I thought, great, I have a bachelor, I have a master's degree, my education is done. You need to be reading, and you need to be reading the stuff that you don't want to be reading, because that's where you will find your blind spots. So that to me is the number one thing. Why? Because everybody can do it. Everybody can read. And the more variety of topics you will read, the better. Because that will teach you everything from mindfulness, how to pick a mentor, how to develop, like all of those things is written somewhere in books. So I think the number one thing is read. The number two thing is pick your environment very consciously, because you are so many wisdoms, right? You are the average of the 5 people around you.
They're fucking cliche, but it's so true.
They're stereotypes because they are true. It's been things that people, like realizations people had for the last 2,000 years. That's why they're sayings, right? That's why they exist. But if you're not happy where you are, have a very good look at your environment. And then one of those things that got me to move countries was the saying, like, if you're not happy where you are, move. You're not a tree. We are not trees. We are not stuck. If you have the courage, if you have the balls to go out and do something different and grow, you're good. And then there's so much to go through, from like, the lonely period and the dark days.
Exactly.
That is part of the whole journey. But again, if you read and you have a good environment, you're good. And a lot of it is just figuring things out for yourself, learning, be open. But to me, I've changed jobs I've never done the same thing in my life for more than 2 years. And usually it takes me like a year or 6 months to a year to figure something out. Then I do it for another 6 months and then I get bored. And I'm like, good, where's my next challenge? Where's my next growth? Where's my next blind spot? What's the next thing I need to fix? And I think that hungriness, that little bit of like, there's got to be more to life, right? And you just fix the things you need to fix, like income, health, relationships, social skills, and then you can go into fulfillment, happiness, wealth, contribution, etc. But just be aware that this life game goes on for a very long time if you do it right. And if you're willing to be a conscious learner and a continuous student of life, you win.
Yeah, creating a, like, what was the thing? What was the saying? Like, just something like you have to be so sick of you have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired, and know that there's more for you. Like it's the number one thing to change.
And that's the thing that blows me away. And I said this yesterday to the team as well. We live in the most abundant times there's ever been. Like there's more food, technology, knowledge, wealth. It's the best time to be alive. And yet so many people are unhappy. So many people feel stuck and they're unhappy and they barely make ends meet, and you're looking around, it's like, this is the best time to be alive. And yet somehow in the most richest countries, people are so unhappy. It's like, all right, go and fix it. And it will not come to you. Nobody will come to save you. That's probably a really good thing to remember. Nobody will come to save you. You have to take that first step, and when you're ready, the right person will come and help you.
What you want you.
Yes. And it's when the student is ready, the master will come.
True.
It starts with you, and when you are ready, the right things will come to you. But it only happens through action, education and action. Find good mentors. My goodness, I started listening to real mentors only by the age of 30. If I would have started listening to good mentors earlier on, like, you can achieve things much, much quicker than I did. But I was stuck in the rat race for a long time. But I managed to get out. And I think everybody can get out with conscious effort.
Nice.
But it's such a big topic, right? We're talking about life, the life puzzle. And if you know you have 50 years to figure it out, what's the harm of trying something for 6 months? Go and try it. Have the courage to just go and fuck up. And then go and mess up, figure out what went wrong, and then do it again. Anything but inaction. Inaction is the thing that just kills everything. Just take the first step. Like, it's like you read that out, right? Book that trip. Read that book. Go and do the thing.
The Instagram saying.
Right? But like, that's the thing. Go and do it.
It's true.
Like, you have to do it. Otherwise, nothing good will ever come to you. Like, a perfect life is not handed to you on a silver plate. A perfect life comes because you earned it through action. And if you do that balanced from here and from there, the world is your playground.
I think we'll close it off there.
I'm very passionate about this stuff. I can talk about it forever, but I think the main message is clear. Like, if you made it until here, go and do the thing that you're afraid of doing.
Yeah, true. All the growth is there. You can read all the books. You can go to the gym 10,000 times. But if you're really afraid of speaking to that one girl, like, go and do it. Go and do it.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. Like, yeah, it's just what you said. Just do it, the thing, because like thinking about stuff. It's just like
it's important.
Don't even, because like all the scenarios that you're thinking about in your head that could happen, like they're not going to. Like, every time I filled up or I screwed up and I thought like, oh, this person is going to kill me, man. Like they laughed that I made the mistake, and it's like. Yeah. You make things so much more big in your head. Like, if you do things from the right intention, then
exactly. It's not that thinking is bad. It's just there's bad ways of thinking and there's better ways of thinking, right? Like, thinking is not the problem. You have to think. You have to analyze things properly, right? But like, go again. Working from fear isn't going to help you. Working from good intention, working from like the desire to do something better, that's all it is. And so yeah, like thinking, like, and also what you said, right? Just working from the heart isn't always good. Like you can work from the heart and just be driven by fear. Like the heart has to be open and it has to work towards the joy, and the same thing goes with thinking. Like having a positive mindset is a really big thing, because that will change how you look at things. It's what your brain is going to perceive from the outside world. So it starts there. It starts with how you think and how you feel, and that can be influenced by external things. So just make sure you're putting the right stuff in, the right people, the right information, the right environment. That will change how your body functions.
Perfect. Simon, where can people find you?
Wait, Instagram, social media, like I'm all over the place. No, just Instagram is the easiest way to find me. I don't have anything to sell, so if you just want to follow and get some good advice.
Not Simon is not a guru. Simon is not a course seller.
Exactly. I don't have a course. I don't have anything like that. So yeah, connect, learn, share. You're good.
Nice. Okay, so if you made it, like Simon said, if you made it to this part of the podcast, I want to sincerely thank you, because I'm curious who listened to this all the way through. I'm sure there's people. Anyway, if you're sitting at home right now and you're thinking of like, I want to change my life, I want to do stuff, I think I have the perfect solution for you, because the 13th to 19th of July we're going on a hike with a couple of like-minded other guys. We're just going to go deep on like what you want in life, creating a burning desire for like what you don't want, and then focusing on what you do want. So if you want to go on adventure, if you're sick of seeing all these Instagram videos where people are like, man, you just need to go on adventure, bro, this is your call, let's go. And drop me a follow if you don't want to do that. Tell your friends about this, because if you're watching this, I think you sincerely need this information. So if you want more of it, drop me a follow, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Love it.